Hi, welcome to Yoga at the Library. We are going to have a nice slow class today. It's going to be a little bit shorter. We're going to stay down on our mats the whole time. No standing up. We've been crazy the last couple weeks, and it is time for everyone to chill out on their yoga mats for a little bit. And our last couple classes have been pretty active. It's time for us to slow it down. So all you need is your mat. If you like to have a towel or a blanket, that's always a nice addition. And we'll begin. We're going to start on our backs. However it's comfortable for you to be on your back. Getting all the way down, all the way horizontal, or maybe with the knees bent. Hands can rest wherever it's comfortable. Just situate yourself against the floor. Wiggle it out a little bit. Adjust your knees, adjust your legs, adjust your shoulder blades and your head. Finding a comfortable position where you feel like the ground is supporting you. Sometimes we get down on the floor and we feel like our bodies are being squished against the floor by gravity. Try to find a way that you feel comfortable against the floor. Not like you're being squished, but like you're being supported. Like laying down is beneficial instead of like you just fell down on the floor. Laying down mindfully, maybe is what I'm trying to say. Notice how your legs feel. All the steps and all the movements that got you to your yoga mat today, that got you through your day, have paused. And now your legs are doing nothing. Same with your upper body. All the movements that got you here to this point in your day have paused. And now your spine, your core, just doing nothing. Just resting. The arms are soft, resting wherever it's comfortable. The head is heavy. Your neck gets a break from supporting your head's weight. And we'll take several deep breaths here. Feeling the lungs expand, the chest and the belly rise towards the ceiling, getting full. And on the exhale, we press all that stale air out. The rib cage shrinks in, the lungs contract. Being aware of how your breath feels. Being aware of any tight places. If you've ever pumped up a bike tire after it sat through the winter or through a long break, that tube kind of creaks and crackles as it expands. If you're feeling that in your lungs right now, I feel your pain. We need to take deep breaths more often if we feel like that. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose and letting it out through the mouth. Big sigh. Another one like that, in through the nose and out through the mouth with a sigh. Alrighty, if your knees are bent, go ahead and take them long. Take the legs long, reaching up overhead with the hands and stretching from the fingers to the toes. We'll bend the right knee in close. Just giving it a hug and extending it out long. Hug the left knee in close. Squeeze it in and extend. We're switching, just letting the leg that is long rest on the mat. Exhaling to squeeze a knee in and inhaling to extend the leg long. Just waking up the hip flexors, waking up the core, waking up the backs of the legs a little bit. Just a gentle stretch, and gentle movement. Anything that presses any part of your body against your abdomen, like we're doing with our legs, squeezing in, is really good for digestion, as it physically presses on those organs and gets things moving, those organ systems. You might not want to think too much about it. It might be interesting to you. Alrighty, we'll meet with the left knee in nice and close and adjust your back. Adjust your back against the floor so that your entire spine feels like it's making contact with the floor. That low back, we don't want it to be arching up off the floor. We want to have the whole spine against the floor. The left foot and ankle are soft. We'll make big circles with the left knee, around and around. Little circles are also okay. You can hold on to the front of your knee or you can hold on behind the knee. Whatever feels better to you, whatever lets you get your range of motion. Switching directions. Noticing tight places. Noticing places that might need a rub later. Or if you're one of those lucky people with a massage gun, some treatment. We'll meet with that left knee back at center. Extend the leg all the way long. For a moment, just noticing the difference in sensations from the left side to the right side. Maybe you feel some softness in that left hip. Maybe you feel some warmth. And we'll bring the right knee in close. Holding on to that knee, relaxing through the foot and the ankle, and making some circles with this side. Oh, again, check in with your spine. Make sure that your low back is against the floor, not arching up. Holding on to the front of the knee or the back of the knee. Big or little circles, switching directions. And we'll bring this right knee back into center. Bring the left knee up into center. And we'll roll to the left side. So we're down in kind of a ball on the left side. Go ahead and stack your knees one on top of the other. Stack the shoulders and stack the hands. We'll open the right arm out to the side into a nice twist. Just take a couple breaths here in this twist. Feeling your body releasing into the pose. Maybe hearing some sounds from your spine. Take a few big, deep breaths here. Notice how the lungs filling and emptying change the sensations that you feel through your upper body, especially. We'll come back up to center with the knees. And we're going to roll all the way over to the right, arms included. Straightening the arms out, stacking the hands one on top of the other. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the knees. And we'll open that left arm all the way across, coming into a big twist on this side. Letting your body be heavy here. Feeling the sensations. And again, taking a few deep breaths. Feeling the lungs. Make our way back to center with those knees. Bringing the spine straight. You might feel a little bit wonky after those twists and twisting back. We want to plant the feet in nice and close to the hips, to the sit bones. And let's take the palms down towards the floor on either side. So the arms are long, palms are down, feet are down. We want the feet to feel like they're about hip width apart. We're going to move with our breath. Inhaling, pressing into the feet to lift up the hips. And exhaling to lower all the way down. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to lower. We'll do that 2 more times. Alrighty, lowering the sit bones, lowering the tailbone all the way down to the floor and relaxing. Let's see, now we're gonna flow with a twist. We did a stationary twist first, and now we're gonna flow with the twist and warm up that inner body. So let's come into cactus arms. So we've got the arms bent at the elbows, the backs of the hands to the floor or towards the floor. Let's bring the feet and the knees all the way together. Taking a big deep breath in here. And on the exhale, letting the knees drop down to the left. Inhale, knees come up to center. And exhale, knees come down to the right. So we're moving with the breath here. I challenge you every time you bring the knees up to center to bring your whole spine, even your low back, down against the mat. It activates the deep core muscles that help with everything. And warms us up just a little bit faster. We'll make our way back to center when we feel even. Realigning that spine, pressing the low back down towards the floor. And let's take the right leg up towards the ceiling. So our legs are not warmed up at all. So we're not extending the knee straight. We're just lifting the leg up. Not doing anything special with the foot. Yet. Just lifting that leg up and feeling what we feel, noticing the circulation reversing, noticing the foot and ankle turning a little bit lighter in color, the sensations that you feel, especially through that lower leg, which happens to be upper right now. Feeling the blood, the toxins, the lactic acid, all that good stuff draining back up your leg. Now we're going to do some fancy stuff with the foot. Go ahead and roll your ankle. Drawing circles with the toe. Switching directions. We'll point and flex the foot a couple times. So flexing, pulling the toes towards the shin, and pointing the toes towards the ceiling. Inhaling to flex, and exhaling to point. One more, inhaling to flex, and exhaling to point. Lowering that leg down to meet the other. There is no better time of year to strengthen those little muscles in our ankles than when we start to encounter ice on the ground. Noticing the difference between the sensations in your legs, the right leg feeling very different than the left after that little inversion. We'll lift the left foot up towards the ceiling, not straightening through the knee. Not doing anything fancy just yet, just noticing what happens when we lift our leg up. That fatigue draining out. Noticing what you feel, what you see. And we'll take some circles with this left foot, rolling out the ankle. Switching directions. And we'll flex the foot, exhaling to point the toes. Inhaling to flex the foot, exhaling to point, and one more, inhaling to flex, and exhaling to point. Lower that left foot down to meet the right. Take the knees from side to side a couple times. We've been stationary through the spine for a couple minutes doing those foot and leg movements. Now let's take the right ankle over the left knee. We're coming into figure 4 pose, and as we are not warmed up, you might not be able to get as far into this pose as you're used to. Give yourself a little bit of slack. That is okay. We're still getting a good stretch. We just might look a little different than we do at the end of class, which is where we usually do this pose. So finding your stretch, maybe just hanging out right here, maybe holding on behind the left thigh, finding a position where you feel a nice opening through the outer right leg, that outer right hip, outer thigh. And breathing into wherever you feel the most sensation, wherever you feel the most tension. We'll release the left foot down to the floor if it's not already there. Uncross the right. And we'll take the opposite side, so taking the left ankle over the right knee, maybe just hanging out right here, maybe holding on behind the right thigh or to the front of the right knee, to the shin. Finding your pose on this side, wherever you feel a nice stretch through that left outer hip, the outer left thigh. Go ahead and take a big deep breath in and let it all the way out. We'll release the right foot down, uncross the left, and then we're going to roll to one side and make our way up to sit. Sitting up on our mats, nice and tall. Hopefully feeling a nice supple spine after all those twists and all that nice soft relaxation. We want both sit bones rooting down evenly into the floor. Nice long spine, long neck. Crown of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. Let's bring the palms together at the heart. Press your shoulders back. So we want to open up the chest a lot. Sometimes bringing the palms together kind of forces us to do that. So opening up the heart, just like it was when we were laying down against the floor, but this time we don't have gravity helping our shoulders back. We got to press them back ourselves. We'll come into some arm circles. So we're taking a big deep breath in. Interlacing the fingers, exhaling to press the palms forward. Inhaling, palms come up. And exhaling, hands reach back. Inhaling, opening the heart, lifting the hands. And exhaling, hands come into the center. Big deep breath in. Exhaling, palms press forward. Inhaling, palms come up. Exhaling, hands reach all the way back. Maybe they interlace. Inhaling to lift the chin and lift the hands to open the heart. And exhale, hands come back to center. We'll do that one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, palms press forward. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, hands reaching back. Inhaling to open the heart. And exhaling, hands come into the center. Alrighty, let's go ahead and switch ankles. So the opposite ankle's in close. Re-rooting through both sit bones. We'll take the arms out wide and all the way up. Exhaling down to one side. Inhaling up to center. And exhaling down to the other side. Just moving with your breath. When you feel even, meeting back up at center. We'll bring the hands down through the heart. Taking both hands to the knees, making big circles with the chest, rounding back. All the way over to one side and pulling that heart forward. Exploring the range of motion that your lower back has, your hip flexors. Switching directions. We'll come back to center. Go ahead and bring the bottoms of the feet to the floor, shaking out your feet, shaking out your knees. And let's come on to hands and knees. And if you like to have a little padding under those knees, go ahead and fold your mat or take a blanket underneath the knees, whatever feels best to you. We want to stack the knees right underneath the hips, the palms right underneath the shoulders, coming into a neutral spine, feeling strong and stable. The gaze is down between the fingertips because your neck is also part of your spine. So if you're looking around, then that's taken the vertebrae out of neutral. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Let's go ahead and take the right leg out long and tuck the toes, pressing into the heel to get a big stretch through the hamstring, the back of the right leg. And we'll bring the knee back underneath the hip. And try that on the left side. So we're extending the left leg long, tucking the toes and pressing through the heel. Coming back to center. Alrighty, we'll come into cat and cow. So we'll inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, lift the chin. And exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding up through the back and tucking the chin in towards the chest. And if it feels good to you to move those feet as well, we can tuck the toes when we come down into cow. And point them when we come up into cat. Taking any movements, any variations on this that feel good to you. Moving side to side, moving forward and back, getting into your wrists and ankles as much as you like. And we'll make our way back to a neutral spine. Take the knees a little bit wide and the big toes together. We'll come down into child's pose. So shifting the hips back towards the knees. The forehead comes down towards the floor, and the arms can be wherever it's comfortable. Either extended long up towards the top of the mat, elbows can be bent out to the sides, or you can even have your arms down alongside the body, whatever feels best. Maybe try each one out and see what feels right to your body today. Letting your hips be heavy, letting your forehead be heavy. Letting gravity lengthen your spine, open your hips, and relax your body. We'll make our way back up to tabletop. And let's go ahead and take the knees back underneath the hips. And we'll take the hands a couple inches forward, coming into a modified plank. So we're making a straight line from the shoulders down through the hips to the knees, using that core a little bit. We're going to do 3 teeny tiny little push-ups. Big deep breath in. And on your exhale, we're going 2 inches down. That's it. Coming on up. Exhaling 2 inches down. Inhaling, coming all the way up. And exhale 2 inches down. Inhaling, coming all the way up. That's it. That's all. Go ahead and sit back on your heels if you can. Or we can sit side saddle. We're going to do some wrist stuff. Go ahead and roll those wrists out. Switch directions. We'll go ahead and shake them out. If you are side saddle sitting, very technical yoga term, go ahead and switch sides. If you're sitting on your heels, you can stay there. You can come take a break. Wrists. Let's see. We're going to bring our palms together and roll the thumbs together and the backs of the hands together. Rolling the wrists all around. Give them a little shake. Make sign language A's. We'll nod them. Nod our little Muppet heads. And shake them from side to side. Wiggle out the fingers. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and come back to a seated position. Seated with the bottoms of the feet together. Take your time to get there. No need to rush. We've got the bottoms of the feet together and we're holding on to either the ankles or the feet or the shins, whatever works for you. I don't want you to feel like you're pulling your torso down towards your feet. So your feet can be farther away from your body or closer. The bottoms of the feet are together. Your knees are apart. Your hands are resting, not pulling, on your lower legs. Those are the things that we're trying to get done right here. We're feeling a gentle stretch through the inner legs. Long, tall spine. This is called cobbler's pose or butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. It's a good one. We'll take a big deep breath in here with a straight spine. And on the exhale, we're going to fold down forward, just letting the head hang heavy. Letting the arms be soft. We'll inhale all the way up, straightening that spine. Well, let's go ahead and take the hands over to the right. So maybe the right hand coming to the outside of the right leg, maybe the left hand coming to the floor if you're really bendy, maybe to the shin. We're going to take a big deep breath in with a long straight spine, and then we're exhaling to fold towards the right knee. Just letting your body be heavy. Again, we're not pulling ourselves towards this right knee. We're just letting gravity stretch the spine, stretch the left side of the back. Making our way all the way back up. And we'll come over to the left side. So maybe the right hand comes to the left shin, maybe both hands can come to the floor, whatever works for you. Big deep breath in with a long straight spine. And then we're exhaling to fold towards the left knee. Nice and heavy with the head. Just letting it hang, letting the neck be soft. We'll make our way back up to center, and then we're going to bring the knees all the way together. Take the legs out long. Let's go ahead and turn. If you've rotated on your mat like I have, go ahead and turn so you've got your legs on your mat. You've got some mat behind you. Sitting up nice and tall, flexing the feet. This is a yoga pose. It's called staff pose. We want to have the palms down to the floor if they reach, and you can maybe even press the palms into the floor, lengthening the spine even longer. Feeling the legs really strong and really active, like you're standing on the floor. We'll take the arms out wide and all the way up. And we're gently, gently folding forward. Not pulling on anything. And as we fold, we'll relax the legs. Again, relaxing the spine. Noticing how your breaths allow you to get a little bit deeper. The exhalations when your lungs are emptying. Let your body get a little bit closer to itself. And we'll sit up nice and tall. Arms come out wide and all the way up again. Let's bring the hands into the heart and roll all the way back. One vertebrae at a time, as slow as you can to lay down. Nice, and then the arms can relax. If you rolled into a nice position, you can stay right where you landed. If you need to make any adjustments to yourself, please do so. We're going to take a minute or two for our final relaxation. Again, finding a position against the floor where you feel supported, where you feel symmetrical and soft. Feeling the heaviness of your legs. Letting those big muscles that support us all day, that propel us, that move us, that hold us, letting them be soft. And heavy. Feeling the heaviness of your hips and pelvis against the floor. The natural curves of your spine. The belly's nice and soft. The shoulder blades are flat against the floor. The shoulders and the chest. The collarbone area are open. Letting the arms be heavy. The hands are soft. The jaw is relaxed. The face is smooth. The head is heavy. We'll breathe regularly here for a minute or so, not dwelling for too long on any thought that might arise. Just feeling the breath and feeling your body. Beginning to deepen your breath. Taking little movements through the fingers and the toes. Rolling out your wrists and your ankles. And we'll gently bend both knees and roll to one side. And pressing all the way up into a seated position. Up onto your mat, sitting up nice and tall. Noticing maybe some space in your body, the shoulders, the hips, the legs, the spine. Hopefully you can bring these good feelings with you through the rest of your evening, the rest of your week. Let's close with our 3 deep breaths. Taking a big deep breath in for the world. Exhaling, hands into the heart. Big deep breath in for your community. Exhaling, hands come into the heart. Big deep breath in for yourself. Exhaling, hands come into center. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for doing this for yourself, and thanks for practicing with me. Namaste.